What's up, Aaron? Yeah, it pisses me off, man. I'll be back. Hey, what's up? Yo, Jacob. Guess you're not here. I'll come back. Is is this an open race? Uh, I'm gonna get my doors blown off now. I need a I need a new paint scheme for my truck. Damn, Aaron, that sucks. Who just joined? I don't know. I thought I heard somebody's voice that I didn't recognize. Maybe I was tripping. I could be tripping. There is no Road to Pro next year. NASCAR already said that this is going to be the last year of Road to Pro or Road to Pro. Yeah. NASCAR said that they're thinking about getting rid of the Coke Series because it's costing them too much money. You got to think they're paying each driver like thousands of dollars for winning a race. Like, there's no reason to pay somebody over $5,000 just for a virtual win. There's no reason for it. Maybe 500. Maybe 500. Sure. Maybe 500. Sure. You know. Yeah, it would be. It'd be more worth it because then you don't really got to go through much. You just got to have your I rating at 10K. Hey. Hi. Hey, hey, Launchoff, you see this truck? You should repaint it and make it better. I know you can. Well, I feel like he just put this together in 5 minutes. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, dude, I'll pay you to make me paint. I'd pay you for shit. I'd pay you like dollar or two per paint or whatever. I don't know how much you'd charge, but I'd pay. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Shit, I got time to pay, so I'm gonna go pay. What are you guys talking about? Oh. I'm coming. I'm coming. I have to go around the track. I'm coming. I'm here. I just don't know which way you guys want me. You just have to leave and rejoin. Oh. Yeah, me too. I'm just waiting on everybody. Oh shit. Why did they put me back? Oh, that's so stupid. Yeah. Oh, what? I was trying to take a picture, sorry. Oh, my bad. Yeah, you were perfect. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay. Coming down the back stretch now. And turn 3. More? Escape? Yeah, I am too. Fuck. Where'd my blimp view go? Oh, there it is. Who you just who you talking to? I have trading paints updated. I don't know why. Well, I closed out the UI and opened it up just in case. That would help. It did that to me the other night too. Racing with in it to win it. Who? I think it. Yeah, I don't know. It's still showing the whoever's in the 46 truck is still showing you having a blank screen even after hitting Control R. So yeah. Oh no, I don't have high numbers. Yeah, it's still showing in black even though I did all that. Oh, now he's pink. Oh wait, yeah. Now he's pink. Now he's pink. Never mind. I lied. He's pink now. I see his pink EPI car. It won't let me click on him for some reason, but I see his car. I'll hit you in your right rear. excuse me, sir. You're not in the 7. Mr. Benson, you're not in the 7. Excuse me. What, Rainey? I ain't worried about it. I'll show you my speed come race time. Just like the heat days, I don't really like practicing. Watch this. Hey Deeds, let's hope this goes a little bit better than this morning. Oh, Deeds took me the fuck out this morning. That's what happened. Done what race? Oh. No, Deeds was broken in the NIS race earlier, and he was trying to get to pit road, and he didn't see me coming, and he turned right down in front of me. But yeah, he apologized, and he felt bad for it. I told him it's all good. I said, at least you apologize. I said most people don't even do that. I was like, but you're good. I said it's iRacing. It happens. Be right back.
They're not a setup for Auto Club?
Look in shared setups. There should be setups in there.
Thank you. So can somebody talk to me about the recruitment race and what that's all about?
John Deeds will have the answers for you here momentarily.
Cool. I appreciate it. I'm just here a little bit. I don't know if I can race tonight, but I just want to see if you have a few others. I just got back from Florida, so I'm like tired as hell.
What is? But yeah, we were taking a leak pic to answer your question. I have to go back and look at the question. Which one? But I can stay up late tonight because my sister's gone, so I don't gotta be quiet. Wait, you guys have quality setups now. I went on vacation during Auto Club week. That's the reason why I don't have it. I got second in a fixed race here. Never ran an open race here. Because when this track was on iRacing, I think it was the first, no, it was the second week I had my wheel, but this track was on iRacing. Hello, Aaron. How you doing? It's a league recruitment race. It's white for me. No, I'm a team owner. I'm recruiting for my team or for the league in general. If we see clean, fast guys, we invite them to the league. If you're a stupid idiot that don't know what you're doing, you're not gonna get invited. Um, I'm not sure how many people is in the league right now. Can't really. I don't know. Yeah. Well, he knows that, but he's just asking how many people we have in it. I said I don't know. Oh, on my team, um, I have three on my team. Three people. What is going on here? What am I looking at right now? What? He's on your hood. Yeah. There is no sim driver team to go, bro. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Randy? You sound like you're fucking in a tunnel or something. Well, no, yeah, but I'm saying like for example, you don't see a Pro Series driver on iRacing full time in NASCAR. Is what I'm saying. I mean, I know it's possible people have went pro, but they're not still racing iRacing as well. Unless you're Carson Hocevar. Yeah, but he's also paid to do it. I heard he's in a money league, so. Yo. Oh. Just chilling. Oh. What's good, Al? Waiting on this to start here. 7 more minutes. Just chilling. No, I don't think she did. I completed the Seth Rogen event. Did you guys do the Seth Rogen event? The Seth Rogen event. Yeah, Logano's getting it done. Yeah. I don't even want to hear it. Fighting people. Now I figured I'd come play a game with you while I'm waiting on my ship to. What? I'm waiting on a race to start. A race? I'm playing iRacing right now. Oh, we both did it. Well, if anybody wants 2 loadouts, we got 2. Yeah, I gotta go anyway. I'll holler at you in a little bit. Yeah, me either. I only have 1 set, like, in total. I'm running 46 ones here. I'm shit. Ass. I don't plan on it, so 30 in here. It's like an official race, bro. It's like running. Yeah, it's all. It's like running an official race. We got competition today, boys. Oh, Golston got pole. He beat DJ and Anthony and Gamer Kid. I didn't notice. No, Rainy hasn't. Well, huh? There's a couple people that. There's a couple people that haven't.
Hey, thanks for the host here, guys. Should be fun.
Hear ye, hear ye. Drivers, start your engines!
Thank you. I'm ass here. I don't know if you're racing closing, but I'm ass. If you are, you're gonna probably lap me 10 different times. Oh, you couldn't make it tonight. Oh, okay. I think Shotgun's here. He's pretty quick. Oh shit, my bad. My bad. Wasn't paying attention, that's my bad. I was looking at my chat. No, I ran into somebody in front of me.
Green flag and then starting to restart something.
No, he's not
Yes,
mad.
sir.
He didn't really say nothing.
Thanks, bud. Good luck.
I think he knows it's like a hosted race and not to take it serious, you know? Yeah, they were wrecking in the back.
Hey, Pure team, you need a fast repair on that one?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to pit. I fucking smacked that guy. He got loose right down into me. I seen him getting loose. I seen him getting sideways. I should have just backed off, but I knew if I didn't go for it, I would have lost the pack. So I just went for it. Yeah, I'm streaming. What company do you got? No, it's not. I have Spectrum. Spectrum's great. Oh, I should have took my tires off. That's okay. We forgot to take our tires off, but we did take our fuel off. We should have took our tires off. Let's turn our overlays on.
Leaving room for you, 38 up top here.
I wouldn't go green. I'm not there. I'm used to this two-lap bullshit, man. Well, he shortened it on me. I'm getting my damage fixed. I'm not trying to use one of them right now. It was only 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to check up for the face star, you guys. I don't know if he's gonna take off or not. Face star coming.
Low rolling checkup.
Thanks for the host, by the way.
I want to save that. I want to save that fast repair for when I have like multiple minutes. Alright, I'm here. I'm here. You can go one lap.
My bad, everybody. I thought we could go green there. Somebody had 40 seconds of damage instead of using their fast repair.
What happened? Who just left? Oh. I'm ready as can be. I ain't gonna lie, chat, that sun's really messing with my eyes on the backstretch. If I crash into the wall, it's because the sun blinded me. I should actually have my glasses on for these type of races because the sun's so bright. Hell, I drive with glasses on when it's bright out just because my blue eyes are so sensitive to the sun.
What a save.
That was a good save, buddy.
That was unbelievable. I thought you wrecked.
Oh shit. I think I do too.
Oh, that's all right, man. We didn't wreck.
I'm just waiting for this damn sun to go down so I can actually fucking see. My eyes are sensitive to stuff that are bright. I have to wear special glasses when I'm outside just because the sun blinds me, literally. Aw, Anthony Butt left. I had to say it. Anthony Butt. That's okay. My crew chief pronounces Launchoff's last name weird. It's actually pretty funny. He pronounces it Noav. He goes, Noav now has the fastest lap. I'm like, it's Neve. How do you...
Reckon.
Is it a caution? I was gonna say, I'll push my button. What do you mean? How do I drive with that side? What do you mean? Oh, the sun. Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. I'm like... Oh, shit, I almost killed Fry. Shit.
Yeah,
I
was
know,
going through the
bro.
black
It's
box
like
and not paying
blinding
attention.
me.
My bad.
Uncle Fry, I'm behind you. Oh, big sexy. Brake checking.
Drive through like 36 off.
Oh, just because you just said it, I'm gonna do it again. Hey, I can actually see on the backstretch now.
Hey, man.
What's up? I'm streaming as well.
Gamer, you're up top, bro.
Yeah, gamer. Don't you know what you're doing?
Oh shit. My bad.
I only act like I know what I'm doing.
Come on, driver.
Boogity, 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 boogity. Let's go to racing. I don't care. Let's race under caution. Look, I'm passing the 12 right now. Get your pink 46 away from me. I'll catch up later. Yeah, you'll burn your shit up. Trust me.
35 is telling me to let you by, not sure if you're damaged or not.
What happened?
Sorry about that, Dale. I didn't know you were on the inside there or outside there. You don't have any damage on your left side.
Yeah, all good. Right. Hey Tim, was that gone there for a while?
I got
Raised your
loose.
wheel or something there, 9. Holy shit.
He got hit below, and he got into you.
I was 3 wide and I got loose.
Come again there, Willis. Sound like a nice guy.
Hey Tim, you got a copy?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know. Was that gone for a minute? On that last lap, Anthony, Ethan, or John?
I have no idea.
No, no, I didn't notice anything.
You blinked in and out like twice. There's nothing major. You're good.
All right, copy that. Let me know if it happens again, if it's that bad. Good racing, y'all.
What? Yeah, everybody that's still in the race, yeah. Anybody that's a lap down left the race just because they wanted to.
Y'all might want to catch up. We're going green.
Can I get my black flag cleared? Cool. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. No, I got a unsafe exit. Oh, and I just got a passing on the yellow. What the fuck? There's nobody even in front of me. I was the last car. I was the last car on the lead lap. I don't know how I passed anybody. Mine was a 26-second stop.
Holy safe, man.
Yeah, that was a great save. Trout.
Third down at 14. Tamu off the back foot, fires a strike, and that's enough to move the chains. Javon Antonio inside the 40 on 3rd and long. Give him 16.
Just a really nice job.
Bryce Perkins taking over QB1 full-time, no 2-quarterback system, as best as we can tell, according to Mike Nolan, our conversations with him this week. And straight ahead goes Towle.
I thought he was cleaning one of the carts.
That was a tremendous drive by Towle. Play action, low pass. It's corralled by Malik Turner, who races ahead towards the 40-yard line. They'll stop him at the 38, a gain of 16.
How about this for an RPO? You get multiple defenders in conflict on that play.
Turner did a great job, just reach down and get it. Higher throw this time to midfield again to Malik, and that will be enough for a first down, a 12-yard pickup. I mean, last week, prime example, 21-25. Just takes what the defense gives him. Pump fake, wide open, another big gainer. Jalen Moore knocking on the front door of the red zone. Right, it's got to be Toa Taua time. Straight ahead, left side, the second effort. And he got there. Anthony Hines, the third, could not contain the human bowling ball. And Michigan on the scoreboard first. Bryce Perkins getting the job done with his battering mate there. Toa Taua.
It is, especially if it's ongoing throughout the season. A one-off instance, no, but when it's ongoing, yes.
Dump off of the tight end. Bresnahan's going to have a first down and a lot more. Thank you, Mike. Into the red zone goes DC. For the defenders on the move. An empty backfield for Tamu. With time. Heaves it. End zone open. Did he haul it in for the touchdown? He did. Braylon Sanders over the shoulder.
You're going to see the defender come across. Here we go. Chris Rowland, but then they switch responsibilities with the corner. So you get the defender that's coming across, ends up having to cover the outside receiver who ends up running the inside route.
Why this roster is as stacked as it is.
It is stacked indeed on 3rd down and short. Tamu gonna be sacked and dropped way back at the 16. Tafua got there, a loss of 10 on 3rd and short, and the Panthers stand up on D.
It's really just the tenacious pursuit by Tafua off the edge, down the field. Jordan Tamu, sometimes because of the emotions, you have to calm people down so you can tell them what the most important thing is in that moment.
Toa Taua, all kinds of speed and mojo. Powers his way to the 35.
And he's talking a little noise to the safety. Hard hat and lunch pail.
Watch what this motion does to the middle line.
He's going to pick up 20 yards. He's got 8 rushing attempts for 41 and the touchdown so far. I guess he's just a meat potatoes kind of running back. You give him a crease, he's going to go north-south. Panthers need 11. Here comes the pressure. Perkins still on his feet. Somehow, someway, Houdini does it again. And a first down completion. How about the touchdown? Picatinny reaching the end zone. Put a star by that one from 35 out.
Well, the blitz is going to come from the edge. You're going to get the tackle going inside, and then Bryce Thompson is going to be this defender out here. He's going to come inside and have a free hit at Bryce Perkins, but he's not able to bring him down. I mean, he is so hard to tackle in those situations. His balance is incredible. He keeps his eyes downfield the whole time, and Cole Hicatini is just waiting.
There it is. He gave it to Toa Taua. And Kyle Phillips sniffed it out. They played it perfectly. A loss of what? One of the top kickers in Clemson football history. And from that left hash, B.T. Potter going to bury it.
The music of the cities that I'm in every time I visit. Like when I go to New Orleans, Juvenile, Lil Wayne. When I go to Texas, Slim Thug. When I come here, it's Eminem, Kid Rock.
What a nice touch for Colt Kubler, the man of the people. Penalty marker comes in. We check in with Harry.
Illegal roughness on a offensive lineman, do that once in my life, but not a penalty.
Cole, that was freaking legal, by the way.
Yep.
Perkins behind the line of scrimmage, now takes up, still on his feet. On 3rd and impossible. It's Bryce Perkins again.
I mean, it's just Perkins magic once again. I mean, you got a shot at him there, and then when you've got 3 defenders around you, how in the world does he get out of this? There's 3 guys there. How? I mean,
one's got his head down, one has an ankle broken, and the other's behind him.
That's out. Thank you, Cole. Joe Wallace, the injured player, helped off the field as we ran that replay.
I'll tell you guys, man, that is deflating for a defense.
Earlier in the season, Perkins was really named QB1 defiantly earlier this week. Handoff, doesn't matter who the quarterback is, Nate McCrary. Get him into the end zone here. More zone read. It's McCrary, and indeed he gets there.
He takes shots downfield.
Second down and short. Play action. Tamu wants to heave one deep again. Wide open is rolling. Here comes DC, and a touchdown for the defenders.
You're going to see the safeties split to the top of your screen, and then Jordan Ta'amu just delivers a magnificent ball to Chris Rowland, hits him right in stride, outruns the safety, Arnold Tarpley the third.
Very small committee, a short one. First down play action, Perkins, so dangerous here, back across his body, there's the tight end, and another big play to Gunnar Oaks. Well, let's do that whole sequence all over again. Deja vu, if you will. Perkins pulls it away. Perkins sandwiched down to the 5. Tau serving as pass protection this time, and Perkins again keeps it alive. Perkins stays in bounds, and the spin, and the touchdown. The Magic Man crossing the goal line.
Honestly, are you in the zone right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I feel good, play good, calm out there. Coach is calling a great game, and the guys are fighting too. So we knew this game was going to be a hard game. Just so you know, when the competitive nature comes out, you got to attack it.
For this game, the last 4 weekends in the UFL, you're talking about the average point total in the game going from 29 points in week 2 up to 50 points per game last week in week number 5, and you see it again today.
They're holding, and then we missed the tackle. Just leave it, just leave it, just leave it, just leave it! Go get him! Hey, you gotta rush, you gotta rush. Here we go.
Terrible.
So Toa into the red zone. It'll be 1st and goal for Michigan.
But had he not been touched, it's still a live ball.
Nate McCrary, now the running back. Bryce Perkins, play action, ball was tipped. Doesn't matter. Malik Turner, touchdown. Is scorching hot.
It's Bryce Perkins' world. We're all just living in it, and we are witnesses to it. This ball gets tipped by Anthony Hines III. Doesn't matter. Finds the hands of Malik Turner. It's been that kind of day for Bryce Perkins. Everything he touches is turned to gold. And for Michigan, Eric, they have extended this lead
to the line of scrimmage and to make those cuts. Use a little more deliberate is probably the nice way to say it. And I feel the same way when I watch Toa, as he doesn't just go full speed to the line of scrimmage all the time. So in a zone scheme, it really helps your offensive lineman get that initial movement. It helps you see how the defense is playing it.
Bryce Perkins, that's full stop. That's the reason why I think they're back in this conversation.
4th down, last gasp now for the defenders. And a pass incomplete to Sanders. Lovely in coverage.
Guys, this is who we should be every single week. And coaches always say in the bad times, it's not as bad as it seems. This is the time you remind your team, hey, look, we played great. It's never as good as it seems either. Correct those mistakes and go back.
I'm rebuilding an FCS school today, which is already a challenge in itself, but I'm throwing them in a super conference too. And every year, the top 15 schools from the previous season will get to play in this prestigious new conference. It's gonna make rebuilding Florida A&M very hard, as we're starting as just a 62 overall team, but I'll be going until the Rattlers lift that national championship trophy. I'm also gonna restrict myself to only recruiting in Florida, but if you've poured a lot of hours into this game, you would know that is not the hardest thing in the world. We're gonna find guys like these 3-star gym receivers with 97 speed, then there's this running back with 93 speed. Everybody from Florida is fast. And even better, we have Malik German, who's a 91 speed quarterback with 96 throw power. I want to get either him or this 4-star. He's the only 4-star I have on our board. We're also going to be chasing butts. We're going to try and get a smoker, and we're going to even go after the Pope. RIP to him. But what's going to be interesting is if they're going to consider Florida A&M, because our school grades are so bad. Our conference grade lifts us a little bit, but whenever this is the team that's going to be playing against those programs, we're going to be in trouble. And I don't mind Cedric Holmes III as our starting quarterback for the first few seasons. He only has normal development, but if you take a look at his skill caps, he could become extremely accurate. That's like the only part of the team I'm excited about from the start, though. We're going to play against in-city rivals Florida State. And if you take a look at a map, these schools are literally across the street from each other. As bad as Florida State was, though, last season, I'm afraid they're going to run Tallahassee for the time being. By the end of the third quarter, it is 35-0, and we just need to have something go our way. We have finally been able to force them into a mistake, and this could be our chance to get points up on the board, except this kid's going to be able to catch us. That better not have been Brock Glenn cutting us off. I wanted to get something positive with the Rattlers. And as you can see, statistically, we have 50 yards of offense. This really shows the struggle that some FCS schools can have going up to FBS. And it's not like Florida A&M was prepared for it either. I just decided they were going to be in this conference. They're going to be on a hard spot all season. At least we'd end up scoring a field goal, which I feel good about. We weren't held scoreless. That would have been more embarrassing. But we did let Roydell Williams rush for over 200 yards. And with that in mind, if there was any game on the rest of our schedule I feel like we could come out on top of, it's going to be against Louisiana Monroe. That means we're just going to be simming over the next couple weeks. And as you can see, whether I hop into the game or not, this team's going to lose. Even against another in-state opponent, USF, I don't have any hope. But maybe I should have, because we only lost this one by 3. That was a shock for me to see. Louisiana Monroe has not won a game this season either. And I really just want us to have some offensive success, which we're starting to. I also have to say, all of Florida A&M stuff just looks so sick. I've been waiting to use this school as an HBCU for a while, and I couldn't wait any longer for college football 26. I think we're going to be able to tie things up. I do think they have one of the cleanest jerseys and designs at the FCS level, though. I will stand on that. But if you're not a fan of the orange and green combo, it's going to seem like a crazy claim. As this game's gone on, we've made sure that we are staying in it. On 3rd and 6, we're able to roll out, find Maddox, and we're going to be going all the way to like the 30. So we might actually not go winless during our first year. You gotta love that, though. We were not having like any awareness. And our kicker is not good enough to hit from this far out, which means we're gonna have to go for it on 4th and 14. But Holmes III sees the open space and he is down inside the 10. Just like that, we have been saved by the sophomore quarterback again. And I almost just want to let him try and run it in himself as the blocks look good. There we go. Florida A&M's taking a lead with a minute left. And it is on the Rattlers defense to close this one out, which is going to be a challenge. We might just need to control Chambers over the middle and see if we're able to bait them into an interception. But they're sending a lot of routes in this direction, and if they take their check down, I was like 2 seconds late to it. We missed tackles. Come on, boys. It is important to make sure you're always wrapping up. They almost had a touchdown right there. Singleton is a very large safety. Pretty sure I moved him over from like defensive line to play here all the time in the world, and they still couldn't find anyone. This is really it. 8 seconds left on the clock. That's not going to fool me. You can throw it between the uprights. And I think it's best if we take ourselves off of the deep safeties, because I don't trust myself, though they just won on the last play. There is no way that is how we're going to lose. If you are an avid Florida A&M fan, I am so sorry. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer to see the Rattlers win, and I am not happy with how these recruiting battles are going, not because we're not in a lead, but because I can't hard sell on these players. The grades are so bad. We basically just have to keep simming and hope that they eventually commit over other schools, especially since I decided I wanted to be a motivator for this run and not go down the recruiter pathway. This might turn into a pretty long rebuild. We're about to play the other green and orange school from the state of Florida, and after that moment, we had to start conference play in our super conference where we have just taken L after L. We couldn't score on Tennessee. BYU dropped 69 points on our head. And for as many beatings as we've taken so far, I'm surprised only a few players are on the injury report. Very few things about this season are going well. We couldn't even get the Pope. He went to FAU instead. We did get a couple of the gyms that I wanted as 3 stars. But the more important part is who's going to be throwing the ball to 97 speed Noah Witt. That would be Malik German. We are so close to getting him from Coastal Carolina. And then for this 4-star quarterback, he's going to choose between Miami and Florida. The only way we stood a chance here is if he somehow cared about conference prestige and getting playing time. But he didn't, and he's also just watched us lose game after game. One thing I do find interesting is our quarterback wants to transfer out because of playing style, but he's the starter. It's his fault that our playing style isn't where he wants it to be. He simply isn't throwing for enough passing yards, but that has caused us to get locked out of the 4-star quarterback, and Malik German chose Coastal Carolina over us. I honestly thought the 96 throw power, 91 speed QB was just a lock from the start, but it turns out he wasn't, and if Cedric Holmes doesn't start throwing for more passing yards, then we're going to have no quarterbacks. I really don't want to have to start either of our backups next season. They're going to be seniors as well, but that is looking more and more likely, and there's no chance for us in these final few games either. We're currently sitting at the bottom of our conference, and the top 15 teams at the end of this season are who's going to be in it next year, so that's why this poll is very important. By the end of the season, this shakeup in college football caused teams like Texas to go 6-6. And that was not the only shock. Ohio State also went 6-6, Ole Miss 4-8, Notre Dame 5-7, so it's going to be interesting to see where college football is like 10 years into this file. We have nothing else to look forward to this season because we're not in a bowl game. We didn't win a single game. Cedric Holmes threw twice as many interceptions as touchdowns. Not really a surprise there. But I will point out, Micah Zimmerman, our junior running back, had 5.2 yards per carry. That is very solid. We just need to get him some help on the offensive line. And I did make the mistake of forgetting to fire my coordinators in the first season. That is something I always do. It's okay though. I don't think we were going to be that competitive next year either way. And it's time to reveal who is going to be in our conference next season. We're going to have teams like Alabama, USC, Clemson, Oregon, Missouri, Penn State, Georgia, LSU, Florida State's even going to be a part of it. And we're really going to need the transfer portal to work out for us because Cedric Holmes III has just left with zero chance of persuading him to come back. As we go into the off-season recruiting period, there were a couple other battles that we lost, which means we only have 10 3-stars signed. And I thought we were going to have plenty of options to choose from here in the transfer portal, but we don't. I also just reminded myself that for whatever reason, I can only recruit out of the state of Florida. I put that restriction in place, so we're going to have to hope that some of these 3-star quarterbacks still available are good. I didn't really have the hours available to scout all 3 of them, so after seeing that Brian is just average, we're going to take him off the board. We're going to go after these 2 quarterbacks, hope that one of them turns out to be good, and if I go up here, you'll see there's a lot of players that we're just going to hope sign for us. If you didn't know, whenever signing day hits, if you're in first place for a player and you've offered them a scholarship, they should just commit to your school. You don't have to fill up their entire recruiting process. And that's the process I had to go with the hope of signing as many players as possible. Now, it didn't work for every single guy. You're going to see that we lost out on quite a few battles, but I think we got a class of about 25 players. And for our first season as an FCS school in a super conference, to pull in a top 50 class, I'll take it. As you can see too, every single player is from the state of Florida. We're going to keep that true throughout this entire video. It also shouldn't have, but our gamble with these 2 quarterbacks paid off. Dom Ruse, he has normal development. We're going to ignore him, but Gabriel Rout has star dev. This is what we wanted. He actually has a better dev trait than the 2 super fast gyms we recruited at the beginning of the year I was so excited about. Then, as a tradition, anytime I recruit a run stopper, right or left end, we're just going to move them to defensive tackle to get that overall boost. Plus, it's always nice to recruit a physical athlete so you can take their 92 speed and move them over to tight end. Is the team that we got going into next season going to be good? Absolutely not, but it is making a little bit of progress forward. And it is time to rearrange this conference with the top 15 teams from last year. If you compare this to the teams we faced last season, I'd say this is just as hard, if not a little bit harder. We have Clemson, Georgia, SMU, Penn State, and Oregon, all teams that stayed, I think. And as I was looking at this abysmal schedule, it just hit me that there is no spot where it indicates your strength of schedule on this game. I don't know how EA left that out. It is what it is, though. Gabriel Rout is a true freshman, is going to be starting for us. 67 overall, the best quarterback we have on this roster. I just need his accuracy to actually develop throughout his career. To make that happen, though, we're going to spend our first coach points in the motivator tab. We're going to go all the way down to tier 4. I want him to perform at an extremely high level. And then for the other 55 coach points that we've saved up, I think we're going to unlock the recruiter tree, but I'm not sure which positions I want to put extra points into yet. It really all just depended on what recruits I found that I wanted to have a chance at landing, and we shouldn't be going after 4 stars at this point in the rebuild, but we're going to. So I'm going to go down to tier 3, always be recruiting, which allows us to increase increase weekly recruiting hours for running backs and then linebackers as well, we're going to see if we can land 3 4-stars. Outside of Jim George Oswam, though, at running back with his 91 speed, 87 trucking, I'm really not too excited about anything in this class. Even Bradbury isn't the best quarterback in the world. These receivers are decent, but they're not Jim's, which is what we really want to see, and Florida is the team that we're opening up our season against. I think we were supposed to play them to end the season, but what I've noticed is whenever you rearrange the conferences, the schedules get super glitched out, and I just had to accept that we were not going to take down the Gators. As for Gabriel Rout, this is an awful way to open up your career, but it was a tough game for him. 32% completion percentage. And all I'm saying is he better not pull out a performance like that against an FCS school. So far, I'd say things have been going decently well. He certainly is not the most accurate quarterback in the world, but he has been able to lead us down the field a few times. We've scored 14. And I have no issue with being aggressive because I want to run away with this game. I've also realized why I think I like Florida A&M's jersey designs and all that so much. Growing up, my dad was a Dolphins fan. He had a bunch of retro Dolphin stuff laying around, and I really liked their old design back in like the 90s before they went soft. They used to have a better color scheme. They had a more aggressive Dolphin, and then they came up with what they have today. And I'm not sure why they ever made that change, but the Rattlers have that same type of style. I was so excited to talk about it. We ended that first half in the worst of ways possible. But fortunately, we were always meant to win this game. We don't have the fastest quarterback in the world, but Rout does put us in the right positions, and then we just need a little bit of blocking help. It is sad to know that after this performance, we're going to have a bunch of hard matchups. Probably getting no more wins the rest of the year. But that's okay. It might take a while, but we will eventually save Florida A&M. Micah Zimmerman still averaging about 5 yards per carry too. Next up on our schedule is number 2 USC. So this is where we run into problems. We get a game that's more manageable, and then we have to face off against a powerhouse, but Ohio is also on our schedule, so we do have one more easier opponent. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any of these guys on visits beforehand, but I could schedule them for a bye week visit in week 7. I'm also hoping that we can hard sell. I think we'll be able to with George. There's just one thing he doesn't like about our school, and it's our playing style. If Zimmerman can rush for a lot of yards against Ohio, though, that might change. And we have not scored a single point in this first half. Plus, we're taking a sack after holding, so we cheated. Still didn't do enough. But I still have faith in this team. We're gonna hopefully be able to get somebody open right here. That was a laser. And if you want the honest truth, I was throwing it whether it was open or not. That strong finish to the first half has carried us in the second half as well. They've not been able to stop us since that first touchdown, but Zimmerman is literally rushed for like 20 yards. He is averaging less than 2 yards per carry, but it's okay. We take a 3-possession lead, and we would maintain that all the way until the final play, so we're gonna go out winning 35-14. Gabriel Rout had the best game of his career so far, and to give us a better chance at landing a couple of these 4-stars, I'm gonna schedule them for that week 7 visit. It's gonna be a playing time pitch. That's what's gonna work on these two. We actually have some really good school grades for this linebacker, but I don't think we're gonna land the third 4-star. That's okay though. It's just all about building momentum. It will eventually snowball. We just have to get through the first 4 to 5 years of struggle first, which can be a process. This is exactly what I love to see though. We have a 4-star Jim committing to Florida A&M, and we were able to sign Matthias Oregon alongside him as well. Of course, Florida took this prospect, and then UCF took a 95 speed receiver from us. They're trying to take another too, but I think it's going to keep working out for us. You will see on our schedule though, we have lost our next few games as well, which puts us at 2-6. If we don't win out, it's impossible to make a bowl, and that was never something I even thought would be possible in this season anyway. But it doesn't hurt to see if you can upset the #1 team in the country. What happened though was we wore black to our own funeral. We have struggled against Kansas State. We held them here, but they have no fear. They're going for it on 4th and goal, and they trucked their way in. I should have probably known that this one was going to be ugly, but it's okay. Maybe we'll get lucky in one of our final matchups, or we're just going to finish the season 2-10. From here, all I'm going to care about is signing as many 3-stars from Florida as possible. And if we take a look at the conference standings, I would say there are not as many surprises this year as there were last season. Nobody really underperformed. It was just a competitive conference that we had to play in. And I will be closely watching how this top 15 shakes out, because I would love a team like North Texas and Boise State, even FIU, to sneak in there so we have some easier opponents next season. We're just going to have to get lucky with that though. I will say Gabriel Rout was a great signing. He threw for more touchdowns than interceptions as a freshman, so he's already the best quarterback that we have had so far. But our senior running back Micah Zimmerman took a step back, averaging less yards per carry. At least he got some touchdowns this year, and we did not have a freshman receiver in our top 3. I probably should have redshirted some guys that I didn't, but we have remembered that we can fire our coordinators, so we're going to be getting some new coaches in here. And the first one is going to be D'Angelo Hearns as our offensive coordinator. He's going to be a tactician and motivator mix. Then on the defensive side of the ball, I wanted to go with Colin Montgomery just because he is going to give us a boost to recruiting as well. I just value having tacticians more than anything else because it will help us in the long run with our stats. They make us play better on the field, which is exactly what we need. Tennessee won it all. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Mississippi State is one of those top teams that's going to be joining our super conference next year. So is North Texas. We're starting to get a little bit more variety. You're going to see that we have a lot of starters that are graduating. That might hurt our team for 1 year, but in the long run, we've been bringing in better younger talent anyway, and they're actually giving us access to the portal this season. What I unfortunately realized though is even though these players seem great, especially these two receivers, they both had Shifty. We're gonna have to remove them from our board because they're not from the state of Florida. I should have never thrown that extra restriction in there whenever I was filming the intro. I wasn't planning on it. Now we can only go after up to 22 targets, and I'm sure along the way we're gonna lose at least a few battles. At least we were able to start the class off getting a couple 4 stars. Wake Forest stole away a left end from us. Georgia was able to take away this athlete, and that is going to be it. So 20 total prospects, but 2 of them are special teams. And I wonder if this class is going to be ranked higher than our last one. It is. It's coming in at 41. That's the difference a couple of higher ranked recruits can make, again, all from the state of Florida. And I will say, everybody's dev traits have been extremely disappointing so far, but for George, the running back, it is our first guy with elite dev. We could technically put Awasin at a different position as well. He doesn't have to be a running back. It's just his best one, which is why we're going to stick with it. And clearly I should have been paying a bit more attention to our offensive line because I just realized next season we only have 6 players that are going to be on it. The only good thing about the offseason is you normally end up leveling up quite a bit. And our team overall has jumped up to an 81 with a lot of those sophomores progressing pretty quickly. This is exactly what I wanted to see out of Gabriel. He's jumped up to an 81 himself with his accuracy being incredible besides his deep throw accuracy. That could still use some work. And it is time to say goodbye to a lot of teams in this conference, but for the second season in a row, Clemson and Georgia are going to stay a part of the Super Conference again. I'm pretty sure Oregon's been a part of it every season as well. This is what the new look Super Conference is going to be for this next year. And I really haven't been paying too much attention to who we get on our schedule because I know either way it's going to just be a struggle. But as you can see, North Texas is not on here. I was really hoping we could get them so we'd have a chance at winning our first conference game. I'm going to go through and redshirt any freshman that's not starting as well. Should have done it last year. But either way, it's not like the team that we currently have is going to be championship contenders in a few years. We're going to have to recruit better, and I'm still going to look at some 4 stars, even if we should be going after 3 stars only. I have a little bit of a problem. There's just something that is a lot more enjoyable about trying to chase those players you shouldn't land versus going after the ones you know that you can. I want this power rusher. We're putting 75 hours a week into him. And is he even that special? Not really, just 81 speed, but I want to beat out Miami. Also, 94 speed on KJ Pope. We're finding some good running backs. Outside of that, there were a couple 3-star gyms also on our board. Cordell Cutting at quarterback is one of them. He is field general as a freshman. But if anything, besides those few prospects, I just need to recruit a lot of offensive linemen. I'm going to try to not forget about doing that. And you might be wondering why we're playing an FCS school as one of the 3 games that I can hop into this year. It is a little bit of a waste, but I wanted to see what Awasim could do. I also wanted to make sure we didn't start the season rough because as you can see, it's actually been an extremely competitive matchup where we almost picked that ball. Now, offenses have been so bad that they punted with a few minutes left on 4th down. They just trust that they're going to be able to stop us one more time, and honestly, I can't blame them, but it's going to be a challenge. Our biggest struggles in this game have come from my turnover mistakes, not from moving the ball. It's going to come as a shock, but I've had a few pretty blind reads against them, and that is why it has taken us all the way until this moment to seal the game if we stay in bounds. That just opened up the door for them to have a little bit more hope as it's going to be 4th and 2. But as long as we drill this field goal, I think we're going to be able to put this game away. It's coming close to missing. We should not give up a touchdown from 70 yards back. If they're able to even throw it that far, I would be shocked. It's going to come about 20 yards short. But what does this result say about the season the Rattlers are about to have? We lost a lot of seniors with experience that helped our offense last year, and I really think that is going to show whenever we take on the Wolverines. It's actually worse than I thought it was going to be. We scored 0 points, and it even affected our recruiting. We were in the running to get a 94 speed 6'4 receiver, but then we got the deal breaker for playing style, and there's no way to unlock this. We'd have to throw for hundreds of yards in this next game. Wake Forest is also beating us out for the 3-star gym on our offensive line, so not a good start to building out an offensive line. And I think it might be time that we go back into the recruiter tree and we put some extra points into offensive linemen just to give us a chance at signing some better ones. I am also going to go down the tactician route for a little bit and make our quarterback throw the ball a bit better. We can boost his short and medium accuracy with the 4th tier. And it really is just frustrating that on the one player we have good pitches for, we still aren't going to win that battle. So far using Florida A&M, only recruiting out of Florida Florida, there's been some issues. And normally I wouldn't hop into a game against a school like Louisiana Tech, but if you compare them as an opponent versus some of the other ones we're facing, they're the easiest. When I saw that they were still an 84 overall team, I knew we had to play it. And I am extremely proud of what our defense has been able to do so far. On 4th down, they just hang on. But even if that led to them scoring, we'd respond back with a touchdown of our own, and on 4th and 14, they're not going to pick up another long 4th down. It's over. I like what I'm seeing so far. We played well through all 4 quarters, scoring a touchdown in each one. But the real question is going to be, how are we going to do when we sim again? Another thing that's really thrown me off is I think we just won on Sean Humphreys when we were losing last week. That's exactly who it was. It was the Jim right tackle. Somehow Wake Forest ended up losing this battle. I'm not sure how we overcame, but that's what I like to see. We're just going to have to take DeAndre Reese off of our board. He's going to have that deal breaker forever, and we're still in the running to get both of these 4-stars. We are making some progress, all until the Longhorns beat us by 40. Except it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. However, it was enough to show that we wasted 75 hours a week trying to get this kid right out of Miami. We should have known he was going to become a hurricane. And that leaves us with one 4-star left on our board, but what if we beat the number 5 team in the country? We tried this last year against Kansas State, and it didn't go too well. But I don't want to count us out of this game yet. We just have struggled to score points, and on 4th down, they got a hand on it. This is now the second time we have been held to 0 points this year. And it was such a bad offensive game. This is the kid that won player of the game. I think that pretty much just solidifies the rest of this season's going to be bad too. But even if we lost every other game to end the season, I'm just relieved that we never had 0 points again. I had a coach once tell me, you never want to finish a matchup with a goose egg on the scoreboard. We didn't. We just happened to finish at the bottom of our conference. There are 5 teams in it that are inside the top 10 that could all be back next year still. And taking a look at the top 15 going into conference championship week, Tulane could be nice to have in the conference, but next year's, without Charlotte getting in potentially, it's going to be hard. When teams like Miami can make this big of a gain in just 1 week on you for a prospect, it's really hard to ever feel like you can sign anybody. We're struggling against Wake Forest and UCF still for 3 stars. And taking a look at Gabriel Rout, he had 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. What happened to our offense compared to last year? I know that we lost a couple senior receivers, but I was expecting freshmen like Noah Witt with his 97 speed to just slot in fine. And then George Awesome averaged just 3.7 yards per carry, so that's a big step backwards. I almost want to say that it feels like we're just stuck right now, because we can't recruit better prospects without winning more games, but we can't win more games whenever we are facing off against the top 15 schools in the country every year. Kentucky got into the Super Conference. We must still have a motivated Mark Stoops in the building. Graduation-wise, Jalen Browning is a big loss. Outside of that, I'm not worried about it. These receivers clearly didn't do anything. And the transfer portal is gifting us a few options again, but look, none of them are from Florida, so we just have to ignore them. I'm honestly so sick that I went after this kid all season, and then in 2 weeks, Miami came into the battle and just stripped him away. But we should be used to it by now. It's going to happen for Ahmed Locke as well, and we can only go after up to 20 guys. Of those final players, besides Okafor choosing Kentucky over us, we got most of them. I just don't know how we're ever going to sign a full class of 35 players. But maybe we won't need that. It just stinks that this is our 3rd year and we signed our worst class yet, but maybe next season I'll be able to get a lot of 4 stars. That's going to be my goal. We've spent a few years building up the foundation. From here on out, we just need to go after the best of the best. And it is safe to say I was not expecting this out of Gabriel Rout. He's jumped up to a 91 overall as a junior. He might declare early for the NFL draft, and this is the freshman we recruited at linebacker last year. To have a 4-star with normal dev that's already an 85 feels pretty great. He could get a lot better, especially with his pass coverage. But the important player to talk about is Gabriel Rout. He has been able to max out his accuracy already. I'm not sure why his deep throw accuracy is so bad, but we're going to have to deal with it. His quickness is the only thing that could improve next year. And one thing I've noticed about field general archetypes is they fill up accuracy the fastest, while scramblers fill up accuracy as the last thing. That makes me think I should probably be going after field generals a lot more. Maybe that's what we need to win games in the Super Conference, because unless we get Charlotte or Kentucky on the schedule, I think we're going to go winless in conference play again. And that's why I'm really hoping to see some of those names on this schedule. I see my Wildcats, but I do not see Charlotte. That's okay though. I have found 3 gyms in recruiting I really would love to land. JoJo Pride as a gym at free safety, and then these 2 receivers. One of them is shifty, one of them's just really fast with his 98 speed. And the reason I'm able to put more hours into those players than ever before at those positions is because I spent 30 coach points unlocking Always Be Cruton for receivers and also corners. I guess just defensive backs in general. We're going to open up the year against an FCS school. And here's the thing, since we have a 91 overall quarterback, I'm expecting more success. That win's great and all, but I'd much rather go on the road at 0-2 Iowa State and beat them, especially since this team finished inside the top 10 last year. If if there's anything I've been able to pick up from this game, it's that our defense is going to be incredible all season. And I was not expecting to get an interception right off the rip right there. We can run out the clock. We just need to get 1 first down and we would open up this year 2-0. But it's not going to come from us running the ball. If that corner is on Witt, he's going to have them beat deep. And I don't know who is supposed to be manned up on him, but this is how we're going to put the Cyclones away. It just feels great to have full control over this game because of how well we have played on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, they're just consistently throwing us interceptions. We can't score a touchdown. Not out of that at least, but this is the best way we've opened up a year yet. I will be very interested to see if we can maintain this throughout the entire season, especially since previously, if we faced an opponent like Bowling Green, I feel like I would have to play it in order to beat them. Apparently though, I still do because they just took us down 37-20. I can only imagine that the Trojans are probably going to drop like 50 points on our head. And on top of that, I think I'm going to have to pull out Alani Prude because Miami is making a huge comeback on him. I really just don't know how to describe how disappointed I feel at the moment because we lost by 7 to USC expected, but the 5-point loss to Middle Tennessee also hurts. And we went from looking like the future was bright to falling off so quickly. Not only should I have taken Lonnie Prude off of our board, but I shouldn't have kept going after James either. Both of these kids are the fastest receivers in the state and their gyms. They would be amazing. It just wasn't meant to be this season. Way too early for that, though I think we are going to work out a couple of these corners coming to our school. I just can't blame guys for not being as interested once they saw us go on a 4-game losing streak. And if we were ever going to be able to rebound back from this, it would be by beating #1 Kentucky at Kroger Field. I really don't want to do this to my Wildcats, but it's not like we have a good chance anyway. Or maybe we do. I've seen Kentucky struggle in games like this before. We're going to be able to turn up field and make it inside the 40. It's tied up at just 10 with 3 minutes left, but this is the opportunity we've been waiting for. And not using a scrambling quarterback can be so challenging for me sometimes. We're going to see if we can get this to work as well for us. The blocking did not hold up. And this is that type of position where you would love to just settle for 3 after running out all of the clock. But here's the thing. We can't run out all of the clock unless we make a catch right here, which we do. Even then, they still have timeouts left, but that was such a well-placed ball, a great way to bring it in. And I'm starting to love this sophomore running back. Here's the thing though, our defense still needs to hang on in these final seconds. They've been able to take it inside the 35. And I no longer feel comfortable controlling those safeties, though they baited me. I'm going straight back to taking over a deep blue instead. I just can't give up the touchdown. I've given up a last-second touchdown in this spot before. But what happened against Louisiana Monroe a few years ago is not going to happen again. We just took down the #1 team on the road. What did I say as well? That's what it's going to take to get some of these 4-stars to be more open to coming here again. So even if we messed up with these 2 receivers choosing Miami over us and Florida was able to get a corner, we still got a few. And on top of these 3 defensive backs, I could still get Leo Marshall. No one else is going after the 4-star 6'5 receiver. And I also found Deshaun Ford, a quarterback that's a gym with magician. If you haven't noticed already, each season I like to recruit a quarterback, hoping that one of them can shoot up in development for us as a surprise sometime. And I can still hop into 1 game this season, but I have to choose it wisely since we might be bowl eligible. It'll really just depend how we finish out the rest of the year. We have not been able to win conference games, let alone 2 of them before. And as we continue to lose, I can't help but think back early on in the year when we lost to Bowling Green and Middle Tennessee. If we just won those 2 games, all we'd have to do is win 1 more and we would have made a bowl. Instead, I feel like there's no hope. We're not going to win these final 3. And what is the purpose of having a 91 overall quarterback if your team still stinks? We really beat the #1 team in the country who finished 7-5 and then never won again. Oregon took us down, Texas A&M took us down. And for a college that was once mid-table in our super conference, we finished at the bottom, but not as bad as Charlotte. The top 25 is also looking a little bit weaker than it has in recent memory, so this could be a good sign for next year if these